all of it.
Yeah. Anyway, that's our short little ad reel. This next crew battle, we got slightly above average Joes versus Central City Salt Shakers. I believe
Is that real?
I could be wrong, but I believe these guys are the only two American teams in their pool, or at least like mainland America teams.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Is that Ryu?
Ryu.
Just played Ryu.
That's
Wow.
a different Justice, right?
That's
not,
a different Justice.
Oh, okay.
The colors are
Oregon
inverted
Justice,
here.
huh?
It's that's Ken there, or not Ken, or that's Ike there. I don't know how Ryu got put up there.
I don't know. Yeah, weird. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
No.
Ike.
yeah, that's Oregon Justice. I have our production team, our guy on production, and he says Jordan ! Exclamation mark! Exclamation. Might need a stern talking to. But yeah, Oregon Justice, and let's just see how this game goes. Jumping into the first stock, a little bit of a spoiler there. It's Justice, 2 stocks or 3 stocks to 2 is how we're jumping in. Docs gets that first stock, and from this point forward, Justice, I don't think he gets touched once until
Really?
he has Docs at 80% on his second stock. Or on his last stock.
That was a really good catch.
Yeah.
This matchup's rough for Mario, man. Mario does not want to play against sorties, especially ones named Ike.
Especially, we've talked about it in the past, but the environment that online creates, it makes so many of Ike's tools that you'd regularly be able to react to and parry offline, unreactable with that additional 10 frames, in the best conditions.
That dash attack is nasty.
Yeah,
Oh,
the dash
really?
attack. I complain to my friends when I play online. I'm like, that, like, whenever I see a move and it hits me, I'm like, I would have reacted to that offline. But
Exactly.
it's beside the point. You need to be able to make those adjustments, but it's difficult to make those adjustments when you're playing a character like Mario, because you want to be in a range where you can get those dash attacks in, but you can't react to anything in that range. So it makes everything you do just so much. I think the big factor with online isn't dropping your combos. It isn't dropping inputs, in a good connection at least. The big factor that really separates it from offline play is the additional risk that everything you do has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Jumping into this next stock, the last stock of Doc's Justice, a false finish there.
Was that just there?
That was just nair there. This is Doc's second chance here. Maybe a little bit preemptive on the cape, or a little late. The up air. And
I think he should have just upbeat it. I don't know. I think that would have killed, especially with the rage.
that's what I was thinking too. But I'm not the Mario main.
Oh, that just goes through. I don't know if he meant to fireball there, actually.
And you saw from Doc's there, he had an idea there. It didn't work out quite in his favor. Maybe the execution was a little off, but he had gone for that side B far off, to mess with Justice's eruption timing. I think it was a good idea, but maybe a bit telegraphed. I think how he could have improved on the idea is getting that double jump in first before the side B, because then you get the double jump, and it's like, okay, he's gonna up B immediately after, because you see the double jump come out, and then he lets the eruption go. But if you side B that low, then you're basically telegraphing your entire recovery up to that point.
Yeah. And you saw what happens there. I think it happens to a lot of Marios where you start getting into that combo state where you're like, everything was working for him at one point, and then, like you said, he just couldn't find that finishing move, and then maybe he was still in that stage trying to look for that, and then he just got hit by Ike.
Sorry to cut you off there. We saw that. I think we saw that. After the miss on the last up air, he immediately let the flood go. Trying to maybe catch an up B, maybe catch a side B, just letting it rip. And he just wasn't able to find his mark, and that really worked out in Justice's favor, and he was able to get that. He was able to reset the situation, take advantage, and win neutral and push his advantage. And that's something I want to emphasize, just going through those steps. Justice, very incredible decision making. He has some of the best decision making in the Pacific Northwest, I'd say. And it's what you have to do there is you have to reset neutral first, I'd say. You see a lot of, especially at the lower level, not to say any of these players are at the lower level, they're all incredible in their own right. But at the lower level, you see players where they're trying to just swing out of disadvantage, trying to, you know, get that hit in and convert it into their own advantage state. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think that's excellent thing. And even if like these things do, like, bad habits are bad habits, and almost everybody, it's so hard to shake them, right? So no matter what level you are, you can still kind of dip your toes into that little lower level pool if you're not careful. So
Yeah.
you got to keep on pushing yourself and keep on reminding yourself not to fall into those traps.
Yeah. Moving forward, the counter pick for Justice is a snake named Joel Joestar. What a tag.
Joestar. That's why I've been laughing like the past minute. I was reading the document.
I like that tag. I like the in-game tag too.
He's even got little stars on his tag.
Yeah.
That's
and you know, he gets that stock off of Justice after losing one of his own, but that's what you need, you know. It's a pretty equal position at this point, you know. Snake, I'd say, is one of those characters that thrives in crew battles, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, what you had to do is you had to take 2 stocks off of Justice, and he only lost 1, and, you know, just he's not broken even at this point, but he's close to. You know, he can, with 2 stocks, he can easily take 2 stocks over, like, the next opponent that they send in. And then, you know, you pull your weight for the crew battle, even out. Because I don't want to say, just out of not risking offending anyone, sometimes you don't pull your weight in a crew battle. Sometimes, you know, especially in a double blind, sometimes you get sent into a matchup that you're not comfortable in, and you start off on the wrong foot. So when you're sending in counter picks, you have to make sure that they're pulling their weight. And if they can't do that on the team, then that's when their issues start to arise. So, speaking of counter picks pulling their weight, we see Dominique versus Joel Joestar. He's taken 1 stock at this point, looking to set himself up for 2. Loses the first, so Joel Joestar has broken even at this point. And if you're Dominique here, you just need to finish Joel Joestar off.
Yeah, Dominique's a player that I haven't heard of until the Wi-Fi era. I don't know.
Yeah, and he's a monster.
Yeah, he's absolutely a monster.
And I think we saw an air dodge a preemptive air dodge there that missed a ledge and forced a drop zone. And then what happened from there is it was just the C4 was too strong and it red bumped him.
Yeah. Just can't take.
Unfortunate situation, but we will see this next game here. They send in Johnny SQ versus Dominique, and you know,
Johnny SQ after Joel Joestar. Man, these tags are good. These guys, they have it going on.
And here, Dominique's first stock. Yeah, what a way to start the game.
I do like the Mii skin though.
Yeah,
I do also love the Mii skin. I'm sure this matchup couldn't be too great for me Gunner.
Yeah, jumping into this next stock here. Dominique's still on his second stock, and he gets the side B here, sets him up an edge guard. And let's see how he continues. Going for the downer again, the down smash taking the second stock. So if you're Dominique at this percent, you've lost 1 stock overall, and you're just the edge guard. Almost. He doesn't convert it.
He doesn't convert it? Okay, good to know, man. Because that's the next part I was thinking.
That looked perfect back air on the bridge there. Man.
Yeah. So if you're Dominique there, you've taken 4 stocks, you've lost 1, and you're hoping to take 5 without losing 1. And let's just see how it goes. So Johnny SQ making it back on the ledge here.
Ooh, getting the forward air. Actually, that drag down set it up so that he used his double jump and tried to catch the landing from that. But I think he must have messed up.
So here we see Dominique go high, just avoiding any threat that Johnny SQ has. Because as we were talking about, there's these characters that have these strong horizontal threat bubbles, and those are, I'd say, the most effective characters on Wi-Fi. you know, because they abuse the fact that you just can't react to that kind of stuff. And here, what looks like maybe an SD or I don't know what had happened. I think he did a double jump buffer forward air in the blast zone. And if you're unfamiliar with Mii Gunner's kit, forward air sends him backwards. Yeah. So it's sort of akin to a Lucas PK Fire, where it kind of propels you in the opposite direction. And I think that's what might have happened there. And that's just, you know, what looked like a competitive game, just an unfortunate ending to it.
And he 3-stocked him there too. Like that's crazy. That's insane, actually.
At this point, you're Dominique. One of like just as we were talking about, none of us had heard of Dominique before this crew battle, and he's just making a name for himself. He's been one of Oregon's stars, like one of slightly above average Joe's stars. He's him, Jaja, Irod, and as we're seeing now, Justice are all just pulling the weight on their team, and they're all doing an incredible job. Not to discredit any of the other Oregon players, but you know, they're just all
pulling up,
being incredible. And I kind of want to bring this back to how we were talking about counterpicking there. That was CCSS's counterpick with Johnny SQ on the stage that he picked, and he had lost 3 stocks. What would have happened if they saved Johnny SQ for maybe another player down the line, right? And sent in who they would have sent in next, being Piece 2. We can run those games now. Like Piece 2, just already showing.
Crazy tag.
Yeah.
All these Oregon guys got some dope tags for real.
For real. Yeah.
Wario already lost the stock too. Ooh, he needs to take this.
He's kept it close. He's kept it close, which is important.
Yeah, but like, who knows, right? Like,
and that's
exactly what I'm bringing up. Like, who knows? Yeah. Like, how close does it matter when stuff like that happens at like 30?
Yeah, even up. You know, at this point in the crew battles, I think I don't want to do the math. I think it's 10 stocks to 4 at that point.
I think so too.
CCSS is up 2 whole players. So
I have a question. Based on the scenario you said, if they save Johnny SQ, do you think Wario's, like, it looked like the Mii Gunner matchup into Rob is pretty poor, but how would you say Wario stands out? I would think, slightly better because Rob's such a big body, but I mean, offline I think is a different story. I think online Wario is a bit of a stubbier guy. You know, he doesn't utilize that horizontal threat bubble besides his nair, but even then that's a bit of a commitment. And that's really, I've expressed it, that's what I think the make or break is on Wi-Fi, you know, how effective your in front of you threat bubble is. Rob has so many good tools that are just enhanced on Wi-Fi: down tilt, gyro, laser, dash attack, dash grab. Wario doesn't have those kind of tools, but he has the X factor and waft and very strong combos. And I think if you're playing the long game as Wario on Wi-Fi versus Rob, I think it's an even matchup. Right. I see. Yeah. So you would say probably if you were in charge of the counterpicks, would you put Peace against Dominique first instead of Johnny SQ?
Well, this is why I'm not a team captain. I'd be picking whoever's going. Pick me. I'm confident. You know, I'd be sending in who seems the most confident, and I'd kind of leave it up to player discretion.
And who knows, right? Like we only know as far as what they've talked, right? So Johnny SQ could have been like, man, I love the Rob matchup. My best
Johnny SQ could have been Rob killer in his region. Like,
seriously,
never lost to a Rob.
We don't even know. Yeah, we don't know. That's like the whole other side of this weekly recap is that all these teams and all these players, they have their own motivations and their own kind of goals for like what they're story.
Make sure to send me some passion-fueled messages on Twitter if you.
I would love to know.
I hate these guys.
Anyway, at this point, just continuing through this game. Peace to you, Dominique, or not Lemon Zane.
Lemon Zane again. Lemon Zane. We needed to watch it again.
Down smash.
Oh, fakes at the drop zone.
Right down, there we go. Yeah.
Oh, what a clip! What a clip!
He's so good at those drag down smashes.
He's so good at this drag down.
Yeah, we should be going into
Piece 2. I think the last talk of Piece 2 Dominique is what we should be going into.
Yeah.
Well,
this is the
looks like I might have got lost in translation. That's fine. Here you got Piece 2 versus IROD. If you're Piece 2, you've taken out Dominique at this point. You've taken 2 stocks, and you're trying to break even on IROD. And you get ask and you will receive. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 1 stock, and yeah, especially right. And all he needs is walk here in this situation. He wants to kind of play to the point after taking that first stock. Like he's already happy enough that he at least didn't, that he at least knows that he could take a stock. And he's still at a good percentage. To him, in my opinion, what I would do is just kind of wait out, play a solid neutral, wait for waft, try to steal another stock maybe. Who knows? You could even take this game through stock IROD.
Yeah. Yeah, and we'll see that last stock of this game here. So here we are, Piece 2, 84. And it's looking like you're coming pretty close to half waft, assuming the timer is 10 minutes. And yeah, it's 10-minute timer. You just passed the minute 30 mark. You're at half waft at this point. And Wario half waft, not the same X factor as his full waft, and a bit of a false finish. We've seen a lot of those.
False finish.
And it keeps these crew battles exciting. But we see IROD take the crew battle or take the game, sorry, in a very IROD fashion. If you've been keeping up with his playstyle at all, he loves those up tilts.
Yeah,
he loves heroes up tilts.
Really good on hero actually. Probably, in my opinion, one of his best moves.
Yeah, no, it's an up smash. It's straight up an up smash.
Yeah.
It's a safe up smash. That it kills at the same percent. It's kind of how I visualize Wii Fit forward tilt and how I try to use it. When I play Wii Fit, no Wii Fits on screen at all, but it's like you use it as a forward smash. You get that deep breathing. Exactly. Same thing with hero. You get that psych up, you get that oomph, and you look for those up smashes, those pivot cancel up smashes. Hero's up smash not having the strongest hitbox, so it's very good that he's able to make up for it in his up tilt.
Yeah. And that's the one downfall of waiting for waft in that matchup, I think, is because as soon as hero gets psych up or whatever oomph, all of those kind of power ups, it becomes really hard to get any kind of every move becomes so scary, especially when we're at that kind of percent. So it's a double-edged sword. You got to try to play.
Hero can force those approaches.
Exactly right. So
you see it a lot with charge characters, with Cloud Limit, Samus Charge Shot, DK Punch. Even Mario Flood, Sheik Needles. But then you see it even in both of those characters in a more passive manner, where you see hero spells, and you want to just not give him any space to set those up. And you see it with Wario just passively charging waft.
Yeah,
exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Jumping into the next game here, we got IROD versus Ty.
Ty's Ty has a tilde in it? Man, these guys have the coolest names. I don't know what it is.
Ty just takes it with the jab power dunk.
Typical.
Jumping into the next game there, we got Ty versus Jaja, and I was talking with some of the guys on production team. I was saying, I think they're going to send in Jaja, and I think he's going to finish the game in a very Jaja manner.
And did he?
The reason you're telling me that makes me feel like that's going to happen.
So he goes for the forward tilt there, and then we see him jump, go on stage, go for the inhale, and Ty's not having it. Down tilt, up B. He's fed up. He's like, okay, kid.
Yeah.
You've been playing Kirby for too long. But,
Kirby.
Oh, that's rough. That's rough. That position right there. For a character like Terry, that is a rough position to be in.
You are sweating when you get that down air off stage and you're at that.
You're like, man, do I instant up B? Do I I don't know. It's hard.
I think we should just jump into the next clip here.
It's like immediately after.
You know,
Oh, it's literally this clip.
There's a bit of he drank him off stage.
Yeah.
The end finishes him off.
That's actually
Yeah.
so crazy.
You don't want to instant jump. Because if you instant jump, Kirby can actually footstool you immediately.
Yeah.
If you push a button, he just downers again. If you don't do anything, he footstools you, or he goes for instant inhale, takes you down.
If you're tied there, you have one option as up B immediately.
Mhm.
I think you just hold down. All right, you hold down, and then at least get the instant. You just up B immediately.
Oh yeah,
And
even
it's
in the down air,
invincible.
you could go for the invincible up B.
Yeah, you hold down the whole time, and then go.
I
for the
wouldn't
invincible
even.
up B.
I wouldn't have even thought of that, but that's why I don't play Terry here. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's how the CB was won. I was talking with production. I was like, they're gonna send in JJ, and he's gonna win the CB in the most JJ fashion possible.
Just the,
And
And he did.
and that's what happened.
get
In the following 1v1, I don't actually have it here in our notes, but it was a 2-1 for JJ versus Peace.
really 2-1.
Peace opting to play the Donkey Kong in the 1v1 too.
Peace is a Donkey Kong player, isn't he?
I think so, yeah. Like a Donkey Kong Wario Komen.
Yeah, I think
I think he's got a Mewtwo as well. Come to think
I
of
think
it.
most of his results are Donkey Kong, in my opinion. I'm pretty sure, from my subtle knowledge. I don't know how much, but yeah,
maybe the logic behind the Wario pick was okay. We got a Terry and we got a Donkey Kong in the back. Neither character's really stellar picks into Rob on Wi-Fi, and then Peace 2. You know, I believe he's the team leader. He's like, okay, we got a Terry and we got a Wario.
yeah, literally.
And that's probably the discussion, because at that point, your resources are just so spread thin that you need to start taking bigger risks like that.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's something we saw. It's like kind of one of the unspoken nuances of crew battles is like resource management. You know, because you prepare for a crew battle, and I'm sure you guys have done it. You're like, okay, we're gonna have Tim as player A counter pick. We're gonna have Caden as player B counter pick.
That's all we do. I'll be honest.
Yeah. It's like you guys have each other as resources to be able to play that counter pick game.
Yeah, and for us especially, it doesn't seem like that's how it's been for like a lot of these teams as of like the past couple of weeks. But for us especially, we don't really have the alts kind of available. So like our game plan is more so like fully like we know who to when to send in, and we're thinking about that completely. Oh, Caden's gone. We kind of play that game, and I think a lot of other teams can kind of mess around with that stuff a little bit, right? Since they have the alts to play with. You know, sometimes maybe somebody can't make it, or maybe sometimes they're like, hey, this alt might do better in this crew battle versus this specific team.
I mean, you guys have some alts. You got Court, Marno, Logan.
We have alts.
BMG. It's like Nintendo Switch has games. BMG has alts.
Exactly. Same whole idea.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm actually very excited to see going into what I would call the season 2. You know, the second part of the halftime here. We're cutting the halftime.
You've gone through the time skip going into season 2, ready to mess some stuff up.
Yeah, I'm really excited, right? Because all of these teams they've got a feel, they've got a taste for what, you know, of what these
where they can go.
Much of the difference here in this season 2 is that most of these home
it's all rematches.
All of these home teams that got the first counter pick advantage now are going to be the way teams. Yeah, and the other side is going to get the home advantage with the counter pick.
Yeah, and that's the difference between a Mario going to taking a Mario to small battlefield versus taking a Mario to like Cannon City.
Yeah, and it's really, I think it really might switch up a lot of like these teams' first picks on the blind.
Yeah.
On the blind picks, exactly, right? So it'll be a whole sense, right? Because not only do you have that to focus on, but you have, hey, I don't know, we faced against TFL 1 and we put in let's say, my
you
example,
know it works,
we
and they know it doesn't work.
Janzo. Yeah, we put in Janzo first, and he kind of wiped 3-stocked whoever, I forget who it was, but
not important.
Yeah, but he throws with them. They're not going to put him in again because they're going to assume that we're going to put in Janzo again first player, and it's gonna be the same. So I'm really excited to kind of see exactly like the foundation of where we've built.
The other thing there is they've had 3 weeks to grind out these matchups and they know the matchups. The teams know each other. They're all rematches at this point. You know, the teams have gone out to dinner, gotten a coffee, watched a movie together. They all
hopefully not during COVID.
Not during. Yeah.
Hopefully not.
You know, watch some movies on Discord together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So that's where we're at. Everything's a rematch at this point, and you know, jumping into Monday, I want to plug again here. 20% off at the OJ's West Kelowna location. Yes. And I'd like to invite all players to, like all esports players to go there, enjoy a meal, see your favorite teams play if you're available to, you know, if you can. You know, if you can't, if you're like me, live on Vancouver Island, you know, that luxury. I don't possess that luxury, but if you can, you should really capitalize on the opportunity here.
And I would say thank you, OJ's, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, and welcome back.
Thank you, OJ's, a lot. It's massive for not only us as a scene, but I think esports community as a whole to kind of invite us into this new era where we get to kind of like show people, maybe, you know, people who are going to OJ's just have a family reunion, or people are going out for a drink after work, you know, whatever it may be. Like it's really grateful so that we can show everyone kind of like where we're coming from and like what we have going on, and it's nice to see that.
So next week we're going to be having on stream the rematch of the Forgotten Legends versus Beast Mode Gaming, and our kickoff match from the beginning of the season was Four Horsemen versus Okanagan Smash League. And that was an incredibly close last stock. Prince Computer, Pandarian, all put in work, and it was super competitive. It was great to watch, and it kicked off the season in a great fashion. And we'd love to see everyone be able to watch on Twitch, or if possible, at the OJ's West Kelowna location to come, catch us again.
For sure.
Anyway,
thank you so much for having me. Yeah, thank you so much for having me, guys.
That's it from me, Caden. Any final words?